Well, here we go. It is opening night, October 1st. Man, does it feel good to be back in a tree in Michigan. I hunted this morning over the food plot behind my house and didn't see any deer, which was to be expected. The weather was pretty warm and the pressure was low. But as you can see and hear, it's pretty windy and we have a stiff northwest breeze blowing in a little mini cold front. It's rolling in tonight and into tomorrow. This stiff breeze has allowed me to sneak in, hop up in the saddle overlooking the mock scrape that I had that nice buck on my permission farm. The scrape looks to be hit since I was in here about 5 days ago putting up another spot. So hopefully those deer are using it. It's a beautiful night and it feels good to be back up in the tree. I know Lance is out as well and we're both going to be hunting hard this week into the weekend. We're going to sit tight and hopefully have some action sometime this evening. Alright, it is the evening of October 2nd. My cousin Ethan and I snuck into my permission farm tonight. We're actually in a spot. I had him build me a ladder a couple days ago. And we snuck in and put it in here because we're in this big triple tree. We had to get way up in the air to make it work. He's up in the saddle and I'm in a tree stand that we hung here too. I don't have a seat cushion on the stand, so he's sitting a little more comfortable than I am tonight. But the mission this evening is to shoot a doe. Ethan's been with me, I don't know, 2, 3 times, 4 times maybe hunting, and we've never seen a deer. So either I'm a terrible guide or he's the worst luck in the world. But we're hoping to change that tonight. I hunted here last night, about 150 yards away, and saw 4 does. And opted to pass them, hoping that they hang around here and we can get an opportunity while Ethan's with me. Up to this point, I saw those does last night and then I saw a couple does at my house this morning, but I've yet to see a set of antlers. Hopefully that changes tonight too. I don't think we'd be too disappointed if a big old buck walks by. But it's a beautiful evening, it's in the mid-60s. We have a light southwest breeze blowing back towards the house, so it feels really good. With any luck, a little bit of colder weather here will get some deer on their feet and maybe we can get a shot at one. Well, I think we got a dead deer. They came right under us, and she quick turned. Her fawns came right below the tree, and she turned and was quartering away. I just stopped her and shoot her quick. It looks a little dark on the camera, I know, but we still have about 15 minutes of shooting light left, and we finally did it. I'm fired up. That was awesome. Ah. All right, let's go grab our arrow. She didn't crash real far away, but gonna check out the arrow and then see if we can come up on a dead deer.
That's good blood too.
All right, well, here she is. She's probably a 1.5 year old doe. Really nice. We're super pumped. She's gonna eat well, and finally was able to get Ethan to at least see a deer, let alone shoot one. So it's pretty cool. Really excited. It's a good start to October. My goal was to fill a doe tag within the first couple days of the season here on the Permission Farm, and we're able to achieve that. Now we can sit back and hopefully look for a big old buck. We'll be heading down to the farm this weekend, so hopefully we have some action there. The season's kind of started slow for Lance, and quite frankly it started slow for myself, but lucky I'm doe hunting. So fun night in the deer woods. We're gonna get her cleaned up and get her out of here. Alright, I finally just got set up. It was a long, hot walk back into this corner of the standing cornfield. But we're set up now. The spot we're sitting is one of the best spots that we've had historically on this farm. This year this field is obviously standing corn, but there's a little gap between the corn and the edge of the woods. And according to the tracks, there's been deer working this edge quite a bit. I'm still riding a little bit of a high from that doe hunt the other day, but now we're in our big buck country. We're going to be hunting, my dad and I, tonight, both hunts tomorrow and then Sunday morning. I'm not overly confident. Like I said, we don't have any cameras down here. Deer definitely seem to be relating to standing corn right now. So who knows what could pop out on this end of the field. What an unbelievable hunt. I'm gonna kick myself pretty bad on that third buck pass if I don't get another shot at a buck this year with my bow. But it is what it is. It was super cool. I had 4 different 2-year-olds within 10 yards of my stand. All 3 of them that I for sure wasn't gonna shoot. Milled around forever. And then that 4th one kind of popped out of the corn quick and just didn't give me a long opportunity to look at him. I've watched the footage back by now a couple times, and it's a buck we know. Not like a real big one or anything, but a pretty good buck, and definitely one looking back on it. I wish I would have pulled the trigger, but I've always kind of said I'm probably trying to justify myself, but if it's not like a no-doubt shooter right away, then you probably shouldn't pull up your trigger. And I kind of ended up was talking myself into it, which is usually a sign that you shouldn't do it. But what a fun hunt. I think I had 4 or 5 does come in too that kind of got my wind. And I think there was a coyote that ran through the corn, because at one point about 10 tails took off in the middle of the cornfield. And something blew at something over there. But what an awesome night in the deer woods. I don't think I'm going to have a night like this again probably all year, but that was incredible. Well, that's going to about wrap it up for this week's episode of 93 Days. This first week was really good for myself. I know my dad and Lance struggled. They didn't quite see the movement that they had hoped, but I had one of the best weeks of hunting I've ever had. Obviously started with shooting that doe with my little cousin. Checking that goal off the list was really cool. Definitely a fun experience for both of us. And I saw some deer close on the Permission Farm and my home property on my other hunts. And then this weekend's been incredible. It's been a 2-year-old buck parade for me. I think I passed 5 or 6 different 2-year-old bucks. A couple of them I was really tempted on, but looking back at it, I'm glad I didn't shoot them. This farm's got a lot of really nice bucks, and come November, December, I'll probably shoot any one of those 2-year-olds, but right now I'm going to try to stay patient. And it's nice to have that extra buck tag in my pocket if I get an opportunity at a nicer buck back home or on my Permission Farms or anywhere else I'm hunting. But nonetheless, it was really cool to see all those bucks, and I had them close too. They were I think I had almost every one of them under 10 yards. You know, bucks right under my stand and right in front of me, and all kinds of easy shooting range, so that was really cool. I'd really hoped to shoot a doe this weekend, but I only saw one doe in bow range, and she was with one of those 2-year-olds, and I couldn't even get turned and grab my bow. and try to get a shot at her with all the eyes looking at me and right under my stand. But that's not all bad. It was super hot this weekend, so would have been a little difficult getting meat on ice super quick with these hot temperatures. So, but I also want to give out a huge shout out to my buddy Tyler. He shot a Michigan stud, his new biggest buck, the other day. It was a Friday night. Just an absolute dandy buck. I'm actually going to be hunting with Tyler this coming weekend, all weekend up in northern Michigan public land. He's got a buddy that's got a deer camp up there, and we're going to do a bunch of public land hunting, enjoy some beautiful big Michigan deer woods, and hopefully some fall colors. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know they've been seeing some good deer movement up there, so we'll go up there for a couple days and see what we can make happen. Also on next week's episode, we're going to check in with Hunter. He just got back from Alaska and had an unbelievable trip out there. So he'll tell you a little bit about that, as well as take you through setting up some cameras, checking some trail cameras, and really getting back to the swinging of the whitetail game. He's been gone since the middle of September, so he's kind of starting from scratch here. So he'll kind of take you along his beginning of his story and figuring out how he's going to go about the next couple weeks of the deer season here. Well, we appreciate you joining us. You can find us right back here next week on Wednesday on the Unseasoned Outdoors YouTube channel for the next episode of 93 Days.